What's going on, dudes? As promised, finally, the flight of the ZOD Alpha Strike. Um, haven't flown this plane in every bit of 2 years or so. It's just been put up. I love this plane, but y'all guys know I got so many other different projects and other planes been sent to me, and so I really haven't had time to really circle back around to this particular aircraft, but I absolutely love this plane. I prefer to fly this plane to cure my crave for speed versus the mini Drac that I got. I really, really do. Just because the amps at cruise is a whole lot lower. But I want to add a little bit of commentary to this for a couple of different reasons. For one, you notice the quality of the footage right here now is not the best, and that's mainly because I'm using a very, very old school camera on this setup right now. It's one of them old school quadcopter quadcopter cameras, the P007, old school. That used to be the hottest camera back in the day. About golly, I guess at this point now about 5, 6 years ago, and I didn't really want to, I didn't have the money, I didn't want to spend any money on a brand new camera for this plane, so I just went ahead and stuck this guy on here anyway, because I know that the camera still works. It suits his needs. But anyway, I will most definitely in the future, I will print a mount for the Runcam Thumb Pro to go on this camera, at least to be able to get some HD footage of it. But anyway, um, as I mentioned, haven't flown this plane in 2 years and stuff, so I really was not skeptical, but I was just being real cautious about the performance of this stuff because it has it's been sitting in storage for over a year and a half, and then the rest of the time it's been sitting there on the shelf, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was good with it before I try to do anything too phenomenal with it. So as you'll see here, coming up here real shortly, I had some interesting things to happen while I was flying this plane. So I'm gonna stop jabbering here for the moment and let you guys just watch it happen, and then we'll dive into more details about what I think happened, and you guys can tell me what you think actually happened, because it kind of is a mystery still at this point. I'm kind of unsure, but anyway, you guys will see. Did any of y'all notice that? Let me stop and we rewind it and play it back again and see if you guys can catch that. So it happens pretty quick. So I'm gonna slow it down at this very moment, but pay attention to the amps when I make this turn. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? So when this happened, when those amps spiked up like that, the plane made the most awfulest sound. I mean, it was just horrible. It sounded like the plane was physically just fall about the air. Most definitely some type of motor issue. Um, so in this situation here, as soon as I heard it, I was like, "We just get the plane back on the ground." And as you see, just went ahead and landed it. The plane had enough speed behind itself already for me to just go ahead and coast it in and land it safely. But once the plane had landed, and you see it was a fairly smooth landing there, you know what I mean? But this plane is notorious for breaking props on the landing. It's just, in my case, it is anyway. Most of the time, I'm not gonna say every single flight, but I have broken, well, not necessarily broken the prop, but I have chipped the prop several different times coming in for a landing because the plane is just so flat on the bottom, and the height from the of the motor from the ground is very, very, close. So this is what I seen once I walked over to the plane. The prop was completely sheared off. Normally on landings, the prop will have a couple chip marks in it or something like that. That's normally when I fly from this one location at the church. I normally end up touching down in the gravel a little bit. It's kind of mixed between gravel and grass, and it'll chip the prop, but it never shears it off. So I don't know. I mean, I it would make me think the sound I heard and seeing the amps spike like they did, I would assume that the prop had broken. But at the same time, looking at this footage and stuff while I was flying and this happened, that you never did see any crazy vibration in the footage. And usually when a prop breaks during a flight, or if you ever try it on the bench, whatever not, with an unbalanced prop and motor, you get a lot of vibration. I didn't see none of that where I was flying. So I'm just kind of like, I don't really know what happened, but I just immediately went ahead and landed as soon as possible. So anyway, you guys leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think actually happened. Was it just a motor issue? Did the prop actually break while I was in the air? Did the prop break when I landed? I actually searched the area that I landed on to find the other part of that prop that was broken off. Didn't see it anywhere. Not saying it couldn't have happened. It could have broke off and got slung out somewhere, further than I searched. That's possible. But at the same time, I don't know. So anyway, y'all guys have fun with this. I will most definitely change the prop and give it another go at some point. But I just want you guys to know that I did fly the Alpha Strike. It was just a very short flight. Peace and love. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm out.